Postal angular masterpiece finished in zinc.
We coined it Beach House, and for us, there's a sense that it's almost washed ashore.
This sandcastle, only a few hours from Melbourne, makes a powerful impact with its striking angles, unusual timber and zinc cladding. There's no pretense here that it touches the earth lightly.
Given the views were so kind of magnificent and all-pervading, that it was really going to be the landscape that informed the plan.
The house is a sculpture that you live in, but very easy to live in.
The sculpted eagle stands guard over the expansive property, and the pool is set off the ground for a reason.
You don't need a pool fence because it's
That's
the
right.
required height.
That's right. So the pool itself becomes the kind of fence barrier.
And this is where the room really opens up to the view.
It does, yeah. This is a sort of reading room, if you like, in the heart of the house.
With 5 bedrooms and a separate extended family wing, the dynamic forms of the beach house seem to have been smashed together. As Julian Kozloff himself explains, building is a violent process, the results dramatic and striking.
It was a very brave move for them to come really right around the other side of the world.
From the Big Apple to the Apple Isle. It's the journey former Violent Femmes guitarist Brian Ritchie has taken to arrive on this peaceful part of the Tasmanian coast.
My initial interest in coming to Tasmania was because I was a big fan of Errol Flynn.
I'm called Robin Hood. Seems I've heard of you. Nothing good, I hope.
This guy is out there.
It's not your typical rock star mansion. It's modest but full of pleasing detail. The hallway is a 12-metre-long library with bookshelves inspired by sheet music. There are constant musical references, but they're very subtle. And in the middle of the living area, there's an interesting take on the traditional campfire.
You know, when the fire's going, the fire's very much about congregation and sitting around. It's almost like the campfire of the building.
This house looks like it's timber clad, but it's actually concrete with a wood grain imprint.
Key materials used in the house include a wonderful range of Tasmanian timbers. The floors are Tasmanian oak. Other materials, plasterboard on the walls and ceilings, and beautiful polished concrete floors.
This understated 2-bedroom residence is intentionally positioned without clear water views, behind whispering she oaks. But it was more about sound than sight.
I lived through sound, so that's very important.
It's a memorable house Stuart Tanner has designed, and I'll never forget the experience of a lifetime, a jam session with a rock legend.
When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on.
Oh man, everybody's dream comes true on this.
It has.
Wonderful site, great view, great environment, beautiful tropical setting.
This is one of the most stunning houses I've ever seen. The 3-bedroom tropical masterpiece is the Hollery Tree US-based billionaire who left it to Renato Di Torre to design and build what he liked.
But there's no walls here.
Well, you don't want walls here because it's deliberate. We want the outside to come in.
Solace was designed around themes of water, air and light. It has 3 swimming pools, 1 inside the living room.
And perhaps the most extraordinary thing is this pool window. It's 50mm thick glass. It's the biggest pool window in Australia.
And you're really just literally almost floating in the air.
The house has so many remarkable features, including the glass bridge from the master bedroom to the ensuite.
Extraordinary connection.
It may be a dream location with a budget somewhere around $8 million, but it's the treatment that makes Solace truly one of a kind. This week on Sandcastles, we're looking back at all the beautiful beach houses we've visited. We're going to check out a stunning house overlooking one of Australia's most historic beaches, then go to the richest vein of coastal architecture in the country. But first up, the perfect house for a surfing family.
The use of beautiful materials gives a tactility and a sort of sensuous feel to the space.
We travel to Sydney's laid-back northern beaches to check out this 5-bedroom family home that perfectly complements the owner's connection to the coast. The house is just a few metres from the local beach. It's designed to be used by family and friends and welcome sandy feet throughout. But it's the top level that makes it so special.
So Pete, this is the main living area where the family spend most of their time. You feel like you're outside, but you're inside.
But what sets it apart was architect Virginia Kerridge's decision to take the outdoor pool area and also place it on the top floor. It separates the living area and the master bedroom.
What I like is this connection. The sill almost just disappears into this water.
Yes, that's right, which is very soothing and relaxing when we've got the water feature going.
In designing this house for this location, Virginia Kerridge has perfectly captured the client's lifestyle and their needs. In many ways, it's the classic sandcastle.
We were so excited when we got this commission, and I was quite nervous coming here to see how would I respond.
This house is in a prestigious enclave of award-winning homes amongst the tea trees at St Andrews Beach, one of the wild back beaches of Victoria's Mornington Peninsula. The brief was for a 4-bedroom weekender with separate space for the kids. What the family got was a unique copper home full of intriguing angles.
We wanted to control the way that the house sat within the landscape, so we wanted to make sure that the driveway and the paths around it matched the geometry of the house.
Inside, the sharp corner cuts through the landscape like an ocean liner, and there's even some movement in the structure.
And we're hanging the floor, so you can see the wobble.
Camera's not happy, but you can feel the shake.
Yeah, we're talking about up to 20 millimetres of shake.
This is where the building is cantilevered.
Yeah, we're talking about 7 metres out.
Here, Steve Hadzelis has combined engineering with architecture. The result, a sandcastle layered in style and drama, and a place where the family can build perhaps less permanent sandcastles of their own.
And we came up with this idea of a crate that had maybe fallen off a ship and had been tumbled around in the waves and had come to rest on the beach, and the tide had withdrawn and you saw it was sitting on a sort of a bit of a rocky outcrop.
This beautifully designed crate landed on Sydney's freshwater beach.
It's a 3-level house. The kids' bedrooms essentially are on the ground floor. The heart of the house is on the next floor up, and the parents' refuge right on the top with their own deck.
The spacious living area of this 4-bedroom family home opens up and invites the view, the owners deciding to embrace the exposed location.
We're not going to shroud ourselves behind walls, you know, we want to take everything in, and if that includes people and cars, then we'll do that. It's all part of the beach culture.
The rear pavilion with 2 bedrooms is hidden under a clever rooftop garden. It's connected through a central courtyard to the rest of the house. As for the master suite and the superb rooftop balcony, they're designed to entertain and maximise those views.
It works really well.
The Freshwater House has a peaceful, private vibe in contrast to its very public location. Here, architects Ian Brewster and Larry Mellico have captured the essence of surfside living on this iconic beach. Well, two more houses to take a look at, starting with this year's winner of the prestigious Robin Boyd Award. And boy, has this got a story to tell.
It brings back only good memories, really.
Grandad's Castle is an architectural gem, but it's also a home that reflects the legacy of two special men.
What do you think Grandad would make about all this?
Oh, he'd be incredibly proud. He would love to have met you and Nick.
Rachel Neeson and her partner Nick Murcutt were the architects responsible for this 5-bedroom harbourside home.
So quite unexpectedly, Nick was diagnosed with an aggressive cancer, and 8.5 months later he died.
Rachel and Nick were really sensitive to the family history here, reusing parts of grandfather's old house, the fireplace, original bricks, and the amazing fish tank with a water view. There are innovative modern touches as well, including the ear-like structures that take the sliding doors away from the building. There are bittersweet memories built into the walls of this house for Rachel, with the terrible loss of Nick, her partner, soon after completion. But then having the beauty of what they've achieved together win the prestigious Boyd Award.
If you think about the site carefully at the very beginning and entrust a thorough process, then the end result is also, it's a surprise for the client, but it is also a surprise for the architect.
Our final sandcastle is an innovative holiday home overlooking the pristine south coast of New South Wales. It's a relaxed 3-bedroom retreat where you can truly feel the sand between your toes.
Now this could have been water, it could have been grass. I'm glad it's sand. It might be the Bondi boy coming out of it.
On one side of the central courtyard, a pavilion for open-plan living, kitchen and dining. On the other side of the courtyard, another pavilion for relaxing and sleeping, all with ever-changing coastal views. Architect Fergus Scott has created a place that sits in perfect harmony with its location, on yet another unspoiled pocket of this great island nation. I think the Australian coastline is one of the most powerful stimulants for great architecture in this country, and we've really seen some beautiful houses, from the tropics of far north Queensland to